Well, first of all, Catawba, I thought, they went to the Division II Final Four a year ago, and I thought, they came in here and competed and gave us a good competitive game for sure. And even though the score may not be indicative of that, I thought Madison Hayes played extremely well, especially in the first half. But our veterans did a good job. Isaiah James obviously had a good game as well. Sanaya, I thought, picked it up in the second half, and Zoe out of the freshman again, I thought she did some really nice things. Still, we have a lot of things that we got to clean up in a hurry, because as good as Catawba was, as well as they played, it's fixing to get in a whole lot deeper waters, and we're going to have to do the little things. We gave up 17 offensive rebounds. They got 12 threes. Some of those out of transition where we didn't get matched up. Some of those off offensive rebounds where we just couldn't quite come up with the ball and didn't compete well enough. So those are some things we got to do better defensively, getting beat off the bounce, letting people turn the corner either for their own shot or to set up their teammates. So a lot of things that we can learn from the film, and again, it's fixing to get a lot tougher.
No, it's Catawba, Coach, but how happy are you with the way the team is playing with each other? A lot of combinations you had out there to see how they were together. Yeah. How do you like what you see out there so far, and get ready for D1 opponents coming up here?
Yeah, I think the veterans and the freshmen have meshed really well together, and I do think they, the veterans are trying to pull the freshmen along, and the freshmen are, trying to figure things out. Probably like getting a sip of water out of a fire hose right now, with overwhelmed with so many different things that we're doing. But overall, I think we got a good team chemistry, and hopefully we can maintain that as we get into the meat of the schedule.
One of those freshmen, sir, is Zoe Brooks. She did pretty well, seemed like.
Yeah.
She seems to be really instinctual, too. Looking at her, obviously it's the first time I saw her play, but there was times where they would drive and penetrate. She would kick off and know where that pass was going to go to and go straight to that and create the steals.
Yeah.
What did you see from her today, and do you think she's playing well?
Yeah, she had 7 assists. I don't think anyone else had over 2 from glancing at this, so that tells me that she was doing a great job, as you mentioned, of finding people and setting other people up. She's really explosive off the bounce, so that means that the defense has to collapse or help, and that's what's creating opportunities for her to get assists. But yeah, she's still got a lot to learn. Got in foul trouble there early, 2 quick fouls, things like that. But yeah, exciting player. Obviously we're excited about all our freshmen. But like I said, Zoe seems to be a little bit ahead of the others right now, and that's a good thing.
Coach, everyone who played tonight grabbed at least 1 rebound. Just how would you assess your team rebounding effort?
Yeah, we gave up 17 offensive rebounds, so that's not great. Again, give Catawba credit. I thought they were crashing. They were, trying to keep missed shots alive, and again, just playing hard and physical in there in the paint, even though they were outsized. I thought they made it hard for us to hold position and to be able to, really come down with rebounds and chin the ball, that sort of thing. So we're going to see that on film, areas where we got to be a little more physical. We get knocked around and get bumped and lose possession. We just can't afford to do that, and it's going to get even harder as we see more teams with the same kind of size we have.
If I could ask you one more about Sanaya there, second half, when I got here. I apologize for missing the jump. I got caught in traffic out there, but her ability to finish one-on-one, especially at the break,
I thought she played much better in the second half. She got to the rim, and again with her length, she can get her shot off about any time, so I thought did a much better job. I thought defensively she turned it up a little bit. We need Sanaya to be great. We don't need her to just be out there. We need her to be great on both ends of the floor, and that's a big responsibility, and she's got to be willing to take that on.
Do you think the shorter players, Brooks and such, can rebound well enough? Maybe with your 4 out, 1 in, could that lend itself to maybe having a Brooks, Rivers, James, type of, 4-guard lineup potentially this season?
It could, but again, too, we don't have a ton of depth out there right now on the perimeter, so don't know that we want to have 4 of them out there that much. I think Mimi at the 4 is going to be good, and then Maddie Cox and KP, again, can give us some depth there. So it's a possibility, especially depends on who we're playing and how we have to match up. Some teams will go really small. This team, they did create some matchup problems because their posts were undersized, but yet they could all shoot the 3. So our 5-player wasn't always used to having to get out there. And in transition, like you mentioned, they had 4 guards, so our 4-player didn't always match up on the perimeter. So it just depends who we're playing and if we want to try to match up with them or make them match up with us.
But you did get 35-2 in fast break points. Is that, you want to open it up like that?
Yeah, I thought the first quarter, I think we scored 31 points maybe. And I thought a lot of that was transition. We were getting out and running. And then I know the second quarter we kind of lost that. So the scoring by quarter, we got 31, then it dropped to 18. So I thought the second quarter we didn't push tempo as much as we had. So, 31, 26, 26, that's pretty good. But we got to be consistent with that. And, definitely want to run and try to score before the D can get set up.
And you have 2 transfers coming in this season. Just what have you seen out of Lizzie and Katie so far?
Yeah, again, for a transfer, it's kind of like being a freshman, even though you have that college experience, which definitely helps, but you're also learning a new system, you're trying to fit in with new players, a new team. So for KP and Lizzie, it is still an adjustment, but, I thought they handled it pretty well, and we're going to need them to be able to contribute. We're going, we got 11 scholarship players on this roster, so we need all of them to be ready on a given night to give us some minutes.
After last year, does it feel nice just to have a healthy team?
Yeah, knock on wood. Right now, it's we had our problems during the summer and fall. River Baldwin was out a good while with a bad back, and KP had surgery on her ankle, foot, whatever, and so different things like that. But slowly we've gotten them all back, and so again, for some of them, it's still kind of preseason, so we're having to, catch them on the fly a little bit as far as being able to adapt and fit in.
Seemed like Mallerie had a good game tonight, 8 points, 7 boards, and 2 blocks in just 12 minutes of court time. How would you assess her play?
Yeah, I thought Mallerie did a nice job. Especially on the boards. I thought she was strong and was able to, go get some rebounds with some contact, 3 for 6 from the field, did a nice job of finishing, but especially the 7 boards, 5 offensive, that's good to see because we need more of that. So definitely, great job for a freshman post player coming in.
Anything else for Coach Moore?